Okay, grade 7. So today we are doing chapter 9, lesson 3, volume of spheres. Okay. So volume of sphere says what? A sphere is a three-dimensional shape. So that means it takes up space. Okay. And then a sphere starts from the center of a circle. You see that? That is where it starts. And then it goes like this. That is why this whole round is made from the radius from the center. Okay? And it uses the radius from the center to make the cover all around. So to make this sphere, we started from here, we went there. Another one like this, close together, and then all together, when they were put together all around, they made this sphere. Now examples of a sphere. Examples of a sphere. Okay? Your tennis ball, your basketball, your golf ball, the globe where you have the map of the world. Okay? And your eye. The eye is your eye in the eye that you use for seeing. That one is also a sphere. Now, the question wants us to find volume. So like any other lesson, like the way we did in lesson 1 and 2, you have to write the correct formula. If you write the wrong formula, you will get your answer wrongly. You must know how to read correctly. If you don't know how to read, then there is no way you're going to answer that question correctly. Reading is very important. And your units, if you don't put your units correctly, it will be wrong. So now let us solve. Volume of sphere, the formula is 4/3 or 4/3 or 4/3. 4/3 times pi times radius cubed. What does this mean? You multiply 4/3 times pi times radius times another radius. So you need 3 radii and you multiply them. So let's look at an example. So let's look at example 1. In this question, our formula needs radius. You look at your picture. Did it give you radius? You say yes, because the line starts from the center to the end of this circumference. So this is the radius. So then you write volume equals 4/3 times pi times radius cubed. Then you write 4/3 times pi times radius times radius times radius. Then you put your dimensions. The dimension you need is the radius. So you will write 4/3 times pi times 8 millimeter times 8 millimeter times 8 millimeter. Then you take your calculator, you press and you start. Shift 4/3. Sorry, fraction. You don't press shift. Fraction 4/3 times shift pi times 8 times 8 times 8. And you get, you write it over there, 2048/3 pi. Okay? Then you press SD to change it to decimal. You see I don't have space. I'm going to write it here. My decimal is 2144 and 66 hundredths. Then I circle the first 6. I underline the second 6. I will add 1 because this number that I underlined is 5 and more. So I'll add 1 to my circle. So my answer is 2144 and 7/10 millimeters cubed. And you box your answer. Just like that. So let us do example 2. Now, the difference between example 2 and example 1 is here you have been given the diameter. So step 1, find the radius. Find radius. So you will do R equals diameter divided by 2. 17 meters divided by 2. How do I know I have the diameter? Because they gave me the line that starts from one end of the circle through the center to the other end of the circle. So then 17, I have to divide that by 2, and that should give me 8.5. So 17 divided by 2, that gives me 8.5. So 8.5 meters. But meters. This is not my answer, this is just the radius. Then I use this radius to find the volume of the sphere. And how will I do that? I will write volume equals 4 out of 3 times pi times radius cubed. Then what do I do? 4 out of 3 times pi times radius times radius times radius. Then I put my values or my dimensions. My radius is 8 5/10 meters. Okay. Then I put my numbers or my values in the calculator. Fraction 4 out of 3 times shift pi times four out of 3 is over here. If you take your mouse like this, you see 4 out of 3 times pi times 8.5 times 8.5 times 8.5. Then you press equal, and what do you get? 4,913 over 6 pi. Then you change this to decimal, and you get 2,572 and 44 hundredths meters cubed. Don't forget your units. Units must be there. Put them in every step. All right. So we got 4,913 out of 6 pi meters cubed. Then when you did this, you got this decimal. Then you circle the number the digit that is closer to the decimal. You underline the digit that is outside the circle. We are not adding because this number is less than 5. So our answer is 2,572 and 4/10 meters cubed. And you box your answer. Okay? You box your answer. And this is the answer for the volume of this question. When you're given the diameter, you have to do 2 steps. Step 1, find the radius. After you find the radius, use the radius to find the volume. Okay? Now we do hemisphere. Okay? So, hemisphere is a 3-dimensional shape. It is half of a sphere. That means if I cut the sphere into 2, I will get a hemisphere. Okay? Now, how do we find the volume of a hemisphere? Since we have said it is the volume of a sphere divided by 2 or multiplied by half, you will write volume equals 1/2 times volume of sphere. Then volume of sphere is 1/2. Sorry, volume of, so you bring 1/2. Then volume of sphere is 4/3 times pi times radius cubed. Then you will do 4 times 1 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6 times pi times radius cubed. Then you will simplify this. When you simplify this, you divide by 2, you divide by 2, you will get 2/3. So 2/3 times pi times radius cubed. So you can use this formula, you can use 4/6 pi, or you can use this. Either one of them will still give you the correct answer. Now let us put our dimensions. 2/3 times pi. My radius is 9 6/10. 9 6/10 meters times 9 6/10 meters times 9 6/10 meters. Don't forget there's decimals there. So you come to your calculator, okay, and put fraction 2/3 times shift pi times 9 6/10, and you can press this and put 3 if you don't want to multiply 3 times, and there is your answer, and you get 1852.98. Then you circle the 9, you underline the 8. We are adding, because 8, this number here, this digit here is 5 and more. This becomes 10. You carry the 1 whole over here, and now your answer will become, the answer will become 1853 meters cubed. And there, this is our answer. Okay? So now we need to do this in 2 steps. Why? Because we have the diameter. So first find the radius. Radius is diameter divided by 2. 27 millimeter divide by 2. And I take my calculator. 27 divided by 2. 13 5/10. 13 5/10 millimeter. So that's my radius. Then I do volume equals 2/3 times pi times 13, times radius cubed first. You write the formula. Then now you put your numbers. 2/3 times pi times 13.5. You put this in bracket and put cubed. So let's do that here. Fraction 2/3 times shift pi times bracket 13 5/10. You press this one with the box so that you can put the 3 over here. And put the 3 equal, and you get 5,152.99. Then we circle the first 9 after the decimal, and we underline the second 9 after the decimal. Yes, we are adding because this digit is 5 and more. This becomes 10. You carry 1 whole, and you get Why is our anthem almost the same? Similar. Not almost. No, it's not. This is 5,000. That's 1,000. So 5,153 millimeters cubed. And you box your answer. So please do example A, example B, example C, example D, example E, and example F. Okay? So you have A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay. Bye-bye.